بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا رسول الله. صلى الله عليك يا خيرة الله. صلى الله عليك يا خاتم النبيين وسيد المرسلين. صلى الله عليك أيها المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وشفيع المذنبين. صلى الله عليك يا سيدي ومولاي يا أبا عبد الله، يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة، غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء. يا ليتنا كنا معكم سيدي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين وألحقهم بدرك الجحيم. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه. اللهم وال من والاه وعاد من عاداه وانصر من نصره واخذل من خذله. صدق رسول الله. Please, for the safety of Imam Zaman, recite salawat. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. We are living the days after departure of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the happenings of Saqifa and what happened to Ahlul Bayt salamullahi alayhim after that. We discussed yesterday something about Saqifa and how it happened from historical point. But the issue of Khilafate or Imamate after the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are mainly two issues: either bin nas, by mentioning it through the Holy Prophet and by order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the Holy Quran, or by shura, which means some sort of election or consultation among the Muslims. Well, yesterday we have seen that the real consultation did not happen. It's only Abu Bakr alone said that I am suggesting one of these two, Abu Ubaidah or Umar. And then Abu Ubaidah and Umar said, no, you are better to be chosen, and they have pledged allegiance. So the Khazraj were not consulted, other Ansar were not consulted, Bani Hashim were not consulted. The people of Medina, well, they did not participate because the Saqifa is a small area, maybe 20, 25, 30 people were gathering there. Well, the Muslims in Mecca, in Yemen, in other tribes, there were more than 100,000 men power who have done Hajj with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with their, let's say, children and others who could not come for pilgrimage. Maybe number of Muslims at that time 200, 300,000 Muslim, and out of 300,000 Muslim, Abu Bakr should decide either Umar or Abu Ubaidah, and those two should decide Abu Bakr to be there. Naturally, this is not a consultation and this is not a shura. So that is one point. The second point, if theoretically speaking, let us say, if it is by shura, then we should see in Islam rules and regulations for the head of a state, the caliph, to be elected. First of all, what is his age? Is he as a young, at age of 18, 20, 21, 25, 30? Well, is it important about his history? If he was non-believer, idol worshippers before, and later on he accepted Islam, is that okay? Well, whether he has committed any crime in his history or he did not commit any crime in his history, is that important or not? Now, the people who nominate him, what are the characters of those people? At what age? the men should participate, the women can participate or not, at what age, and then at times when election has to be done, then who run the election to be an honest one, not through corruption, so who is the judge for the election. So all those rules and regulations nowadays available in the democratic countries to elect the president of the country or prime minister, naturally all those rules and regulations are not available in Islam. So that shows head of a state in Islam is to be nominated, not to be elected. It is not the power of the people to elect, but it is the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to nominate. However, that has happened, and then, what is the issue in Islam? Let us say that if some people do not want, minority, always there is majority and minority. Suppose, for the sake of argument, majority elected one. So what about the minority? They don't want to pledge allegiance. You say, okay, we accept you, but I will not pledge allegiance. Why to pledge allegiance? You are not my nominee, so I will not accept you. But still, if you are the head of a state, fine. So what is this condition? It's not very clear. So we see, actually, after Saqifa, they killed anyone who refused to pledge allegiance to Abu Bakr. And where in Islam is to kill anyone who refused to pledge allegiance? Imam Ali alayhi salam, at his time, though he is the only one among the four caliphs, of course he is Imam before them, but let us say, for the sake of argument, he is the only one who was elected by people, not nomination 1 or 2 or 3 and so on, because Abu Bakr by 2 first started, and then Umar was nominated by Abu Bakr, and Uthman was nominated by 3. Among them was Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, but the only one elected by people was Imam Ali alayhi salam. Still, there were many Khawarij who refused to pledge allegiance to Imam Ali. He said, okay, I will not force you. As long as you abide to the rules and regulations and you will not raise your sword to kill people or to fight or to attack, I will not care for you. So you see, if that is the rule, then why Abu Bakr killed those who refused to pledge allegiance with him? Like Malik ibn Nuwayra. And they call him Murtad, means he went out of Islam. Why he went? He was a Muslim, he was offering a prayer, he was fasting, he was religious, he was pious. The only thing, he came and he refused to pay zakat to Abu Bakr. He said, I heard, he is a Sahabi, and he said, I heard from the Holy Prophet directly that after me, Imam Ali is the Imam, and you pay your zakat to him. So I pay my zakat to Imam Ali, I will not pay it to you. He said no, because he rejected zakat. Anyone who rejects zakat is a kafir and has to be killed. Well, he did not reject zakat. He said, I pay zakat, but he rejected to pay it to Abu Bakr. Okay, somebody do not pay zakat to Abu Bakr will not be kafir. But still, they sent an army with Khalid ibn al-Walid, and Khalid ibn al-Walid found them that very brave tribe. So with mockery, he told them that, no, I am coming for negotiation, not for war. And then at time of the prayer, when they're busy to pray, he asked his people to surround them and then capture them. And then he beheaded all the men of that tribe. All of them were beheaded, killed. While they were Muslim, they were offering the prayer. And then at the same night, he raped his wife. And, in that very terrible way, he cooked food, and instead of putting stone under the oven, he put head of Malik ibn Nuwayra and other heads instead of a stone, and put the oven over that, and he was cooking food, enjoying to eat that. Though there was some miracle or an honor of Allah, that though Malik had a huge amount of hair, he was a hairy person, his face was burned, but his hair was not burned, while the hair can burn much easier than any other one. So it is mentioned that his hair did not burn. Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just wanted to show his great position and he is innocent. Well, even when Umar heard, Umar was very angry and told Khalid that we have to kill you because you killed a Muslim and you raped his wife. But then Abu Bakr said, no, it is okay, don't worry, no problem. Because actually Abu Bakr was afraid of attitude of Umar, so he was making Khalid as another support. If Umar want to transgress, then Khalid can support him, So he want both of them to be there, So that is, the situation, if they say it is shura as a democracy and election, naturally in election you will not kill the opposition. You allow the opposition to act freely, and maybe in the next election the opposition will come into power, if that is the shura matter. And then we come to Ahlul Bayt, salamullahi alayhim, when they asked them by force to pledge allegiance to Abu Bakr. Well, as we know from the history, they attacked house of Amir al-Mu'mineen and they took Imam Ali and asked him. But it looks more than one time that has happened, not one time as it is mentioned. The first time which is mentioned, and in Imamate Siyasa he mentions that, Ibn Qutaybah, he said while Imam Ali was occupied with the prayer and burial of the Holy Prophet, then when in Saqifah they elected Abu Bakr and appointed him and brought him to the mosque. Now the people are still busy with the burial of the Holy Prophet. Some people, the Muslims, are in the mosque because that is the place where they congregate for prayer and also to wait, because house of the Prophet was small, so every 10 used to enter, offer the prayer on the Prophet and come out, and another 10 will enter. So the people gathered in the mosque, and Bani Hashim, many of them, like Utbah ibn Abi Lahab, like Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, Aqil, and beside Abu Dhar, Salman, Miqdad, and Ammar, and many who were there, they were pro-Amir al-Mu'mineen, the Bani Hashim. So they asked them there to pledge allegiance to Abu Bakr and told him that, well, he is the Caliph and he is appointed there. That is the first time before attacking the house of Fatima. It looks like that from studying the history from all aspects. And there they asked Imam Ali alayhi salam that, well, you see all the people, and they brought Bani Hashim by force. Well, Bani Hashim, pledged allegiance. Imam Ali alayhi salam refused. Then they said, Ya Ali, look, your Bani Hashim, your kins and family, all, they pledged allegiance. Why not you? He said, ask them why they pledge allegiance. They said, well, what we have done is by force, and what we are doing is not an authority upon Ali. Ali is the most respected one among us and the most superior among us. So what we do is not a reason for him to do bay'at. He know what to do better, Then they insisted on Imam Ali alayhi salam, and I would like to read some of the saying of Imam Ali alayhi salam there, So he said, أنا أحق بهذا الأمر منه. I have more right than him means Abu Bakr, in this affair, means affairs of the Caliphate. وأنتم أولى بالبيعة لي, and you are supposed to do bay'at with me rather than to do it with him. أخذتم هذا الأمر من الأنصار, you have taken this affair from the Ansar, because the argument in Saqifah, Abu Bakr said that we are the family of the Prophet and he is among us, and the Arabs will not accept that people from Medina to be the ruler of the Muslim Ummah. Rather, his near kins and family should have. So he said that if you have taken it from Ansar with the argument that you are the family, well, Imam Ali said, well, I am supposed to be the Caliph because I am much nearer to the Prophet than Abu Bakr. So that is the argument. واحتججتم عليهم بالقرابة من الرسول وتأخذونه منا أهل البيت غصبا. So your argument to Ansar was because you are relative of the Prophet, then you take it from us by force. ألستم زعمتم للأنصار? Didn't you tell the Ansar that you have more authority to get it? That is because you are from the tribe of the Prophet, or from the city of Mecca of the Prophet. They were actually not from Bani Hashim. So they accepted what you have said and delivered the Khilafah to you. So my argument upon you is exactly what you have said to Ansar. That أنا أولى برسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله حيا وميتا. I have more authority than anyone to have this affair in the Caliphate after the Holy Prophet in his time or if he is dead. وأنا وصيه ووزيره. And I am his vicegerent. I am his minister. I am the مستودع سره وعلمه. I am the one who is custodian of his secret and knowledge. وأنا الصديق الأكبر. I am the most truthful one. والفاروق الأعظم. Well, these two titles, are titles of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Well, one was taken and given to Abu Bakr, and the second one was given to Umar. Amir al-Mu'mineen here is telling them that أنا الصديق الأكبر. So why Siddiq? Somebody else became. وأنا الفاروق الأعظم. Faruq is the one who divides between right and wrong, between two things, So Imam Ali alayhi salam, the one who loves him will go to paradise, the one who hates him will go to hellfire. So he is the one who divides the people between paradise and hellfire. So he is the Faruq al-A'zam, the great one who divides the people. And he is the most truthful. And the first one, he said, I am the first one who believed in the Prophet, and I am the one who were in jihad with the Prophet. I was very brave to fight the non-believers. And I know better than you about the Quran and Sunnah. وأعرفكم بالكتاب والسنة وأفقهكم في الدين. Well, I understand religion much better than any one of you, and I know the consequences of the affairs much better than you, and so on. So then he said, فَعَلَى مَ تُنَازِعُونَ هَذَا الْأَمْرِ. So why you are quarreling and fighting with us about this affair? أَنصِفُونَا إِن كُنْتُمْ تَخَافُونَ اللَّهَ مِنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ. Be fair with us if you are fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَعْرِفُوا لَنَا الْأَمْرِ مِثْلَ مَا عَرَفَتْهُ لَكُمُ الْأَنصَارِ. And realize that this is our affair and it is our right, as Ansar has given it to you, because you are from the same city of the Holy Prophet. وَإِلَّا فَبُوءُوا بِالظُّلْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Otherwise, then you will be unjust, you will be transgressor, while you know, not that you didn't know or a mistake. You see, وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. Not that, okay, by mistake you did something. No. You are insisting to go on the wrong path, and you are transgressors, and you are doing injustice to yourself. Well, Umar said, okay, no, you see Bani Hashim. He said, well, ask them. And as we said, Bani Hashim said, no, what we have done is not abiding for Imam Ali alayhi salam. Then Imam Ali told Umar here, احلب حلبا لك شطره. You milk something that you will have part of it. اشتد له اليوم ليرد عليك غدا. Support him, support Abu Bakr today, so that he will return it back to you, will reciprocate it to you. And that is what happened. Umar supported Abu Bakr, then Abu Bakr appointed Umar later on. إذن والله لا أقبل قولك. Then by Allah, I will not accept what you say. ولا أحفل بمقامك ولا أبايع. And I will not care for your position and will not do bay'at. Then Abu Bakr said, okay, Ali, we will not force you. Then Abu Ubaidah, he discussed about that. Actually here, an argument always coming, whether Imam Ali did bay'at or not. This query is always in mind of the people. Well, most of the books, even in Bukhari and Muslim and others, they said till 6 months they said Fatima Zahra died after 6 months, not after 3 months as we have. And as long as Fatima Zahra was alive, Imam Ali did not do bay'at. But after Fatima Zahra's death, then he did bay'at. But actually, that may not be true also, because we see from the letter of Umar to Muawiyah, he explained some details which are not very clear, not very known, and not written in many books, only in that letter those details are there. So he said, when we brought Abu Bakr to the mosque and put him in the mosque, and I told him to speak, then it was difficult for him to speak when he saw the Muslims are gathered. Then I found that, well, what he is doing, I wanted to bring him down and then I will be in his position. But then I remember that I suggested Abu Bakr to the people, and he understood that if he will not deliver the speech, then I will take his position. So he said, Inna li shaytanan ya'tarini. I have a Satan, let us say cruel man, which always overwhelm me. فَإِذَا مِلْتُ فَقَوُّمُونِي. If I did a mistake, then you support me. And Umar said, he means by that, he means me, that I am forcing him on those matters, However, he said, when we brought Imam Ali and we asked him to do bay'at, he said, I refuse, and a lot of arguments, which if there is time, we read some of them, more are available. And he said, when he extended his hand was closed. Imam Ali did not extend his hand, it was closed. So we wanted by force to open it, we did not, and we asked Abu Bakr just to pass his hand on hand of Imam Ali, just to touch it. And I declared to people that, yeah, Ali did bay'at. And I went in the market, in the mosque, everywhere, because people do not know what happened in the front, it is near the pulpit, the mosque is full in the market. But Abu Dhar was behind me, and he was telling the people that no, Ali did not do bay'at. Do not believe what he says. What he says is wrong. This is not right. So I found that unless Ali do bay'at, then this affair will not be complete for us. Then next time we saw Imam Ali came to the grave of the Holy Prophet, and he was complaining to the Holy Prophet. I told Abu Bakr, go and sit beside Ali. And probably you can touch his hand, so we say, well, bay'at has happened. So Abu Bakr came and sat beside Imam Ali, and Imam Ali was complaining to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, facing his grave. And when he noticed that Abu Bakr is beside him, he tried to take his hand out, but Abu Bakr tried to touch his hand to say, then I declared that, oh, may Allah bless Ali. Well, for the unity of the Muslims, he did bay'at, and then all Muslims hear that, and then that issue was cleared. Then Umar said here to Muawiyah in that letter, he said, by Allah, he did not do bay'at with me, and will never do bay'at with any other one after us. So neither with Abu Bakr, nor with me, nor with anyone after me. So it shows that Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam did not do bay'at, not as it is said or as is mentioned, Well, later on after that, it looks Imam Ali was at home and he was gathering the Holy Quran, and when he found that the issue is like that, he took Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha and Hassan and Hussain and went to the houses of Ansar. In some books said Muhajirin and Ansar. Some said only Ansar. Only Ansar because Ansar were supporters for him. Maybe Muhajirin were more anti-Imam Ali because he killed most of the infidels in the battles of the Holy Prophet with mushrikeen. So they might hate Imam Ali for that tribal reason, However, Imam Ali went and asked the Ansar for support. They said, well, we didn't know that you have the right and you did not come earlier. Abu Bakr came and we did bay'at with that. Imam Ali said, well, how could I leave the body of the Prophet unburied and I come and fight for the government? It was all sudden, And then Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha used to support the word of Imam Ali alayhi salam. she said, Abu al-Hasan did what he was supposed to do, but they, means Abu Bakr and Umar and others, they did what Allah will question them about what they did. So after that, when Imam Ali did not get any support, and actually he was asking for support of even 20 people, if they support him, he will stand against them, because the Holy Prophet told him, if you got supporters, fight. If you did not get supporters, you have to surrender, that there is no other option. And Imam Ali alayhi salam mentioned that also in the khutbah shaqshaqiyya, the third sermon in Nahj al-Balagha. And he said, فَطَفِقْتُ أَرْتَئِي بَيْنَ أَنْ أَصُولَ بِيَدٍ جَذَّاء. And I found the situation is so tough and turmoil that either I fight with a amputated hand, means I have no supporters, أو أصبر على طخية عمياء, or I tolerate a severe and difficult situation, a turmoil in the society. فرأيت الصبر على هذا أحجى. Then I found to be patient is more wise. But then he explained how it was very difficult for him to be patient, and how the situation of the Muslim Ummah is getting worse and worse, So he discussed that in the third sermon in Nahj al-Balagha. So after that, when they found that there is no supporter for Imam Ali, and he is sitting alone at home, here it looks they wanted to kill the supporters of Imam Ali, and the two main ones were Abu Dhar and Salman, because it is mentioned that Abu Dhar and Salman found the situation is very alarming, and they are not safe to be at home, especially the Aslam tribe. There were about 3,000 battalion. They came to Medina and took over all the situation, and they had in advance an agreement with Umar. And Umar said, ما إن رأيت أسلم حتى أيقنت بالنصر. When I saw the tribe of Aslam, then I was sure that I got victory. So in that situation, it looks the order was to kill the few people who are with Imam Ali. So Abu Dhar and Salman realized that. They came out of their house. They were roaming around the streets of Medina, but then where they will go, there are no places. Medina is not that big. So ultimately they came where? To the house of Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. That is why they were in house of Fatima al-Zahra, They were not in their own house. Well, maybe the same situation was for Zubair. Zubair was in house of Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, and house of Fatima al-Zahra salamullah alayha. So it looks that the opposition, all of them were there. And then Umar repeatedly was reminding Abu Bakr that unless Ali will do bay'at with you, otherwise you will not get victory, and this matter will not be safe for you. Otherwise, at any time, Imam Ali may revolt against you. So that is why we know from the story that they attacked the house of Fatima al-Zahra. First they came and said, Ya Ali, come and do bay'at with Khalifat Rasulullah. He said, well, how come soon you are lying upon the Prophet? I am the Caliph of the Prophet. Next time they came and they said, well, come and do bay'at with Amir al-Mu'minin. He said, well, I am Amir al-Mu'minin, not he. Third time they came, and it looks that Umar himself came with Khalid al-Walid and Qunfud, and they gathered all their supporters, and he found the only way is to burn the house. And naturally, the houses were not built of mostly of wood, was burned and easily burned, And that is why Ahlul Bayt said, we did not come out until we saw the smoke inside the house, So it looks part of the door was burned. And it is also mentioned, actually, Umar, he mentioned these details in his letter to Muawiyah. He said, when I knocked the door first, the servant came, that is Fidda, the servant which was from Habasha, Ethiopia of today. She came and she said, what do you want? I said, well, call Ali to come, So she went, and naturally Imam Ali, if he come, they will catch him, and he know that they want to force him for bay'at, and he refused that. That is why Fatima al-Zahra came, and she thought probably she can ask them to leave because it is haram to enter the house without permission, but they did not respect that, and by force they opened the door and squeezed Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha so much that she got miscarriage and she fell unconscious, and they took Imam Ali by force to the mosque. When Fatima Zahra came to consciousness again, to conscious again, and she asked for where is Ali? She said, Sayyidati, they took him to the mosque. Then she came to the mosque. Umar realized if Fatima Zahra will come, then she will change the situation. He told his servant Qunfudh, go and strive Fatima and force her to come. She came and striped her on her hand. That effect of that remained till end of her life. So cruel way they dealt with Ahlul Bayt, which is unbelievable. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك بجلال وجهك الكريم وقرآنك العظيم وبمحمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين أن تعجل فرج وليك صاحب العصر والزمان، وأن تجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه ومن المجاهدين بين يديه. اللهم اكشف به هذه الغمة عن هذه الأمة، اللهم انصر به الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم اشغل الظالمين بالظالمين واجعلنا من بينهم سالمين. اللهم اقض بهم حوائجنا واشف بهم مرضانا وارحم بهم موتانا واغفر بهم ذنوبنا ووسع بهم أرزاقنا وبارك بهم لنا في ديننا ودنيانا وآخرتنا ولا تسلط علينا من لا يرحمنا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم لك الحمد أن وفقتنا للحضور وإحياء مجالس أهل البيت سلام الله عليهم في الدنيا، فارزقنا يوم القيامة شفاعتهم، وعلى الحوض شرابهم، وعلى الصراط مرافقتهم، وفي الجنة معهم على سرر متقابلين مع الشهداء والصالحين، وحسن أولئك رفيقا. وإلى روح موتى الحاضرين وشيعة أمير المؤمنين، خصوصا العلماء والشهداء والصالحين وذوي الحقوق، رحم الله من يهدي ثواب الفاتحة قبلها صلوات.